Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Alimony619 here. This is my first video going to be uploading to YouTube. I'm a casual gamer at heart, always been a gamer. Been playing games since the early 80s. Really love a lot of these classic games like SNES, Sega Master System, going into the Genesis and Super Nintendo era. Huge gamer. Always been casual though, not really crazy about it, not really about stats or anything like that, or how fast I could beat anything. Just all about just the love of games. We're going to be playing Mega Man 2 today, as you see on the screen. This holds a lot of nostalgia and great memories for me growing up as a kid. And we're just gonna go through. And the kind of way that I play games is that, you know, we die. If we have to continue, we have to continue. We don't use cheat codes. There's no skips or any of those things that the speedrunners use. I respect all that, but it's just, you know, for me, that's not my time of gaming. So let's get into it, and we'll go. So I go in a particular order that I found. I've never kicked the habit, and I see a lot of people start with Flash Man. I always started with Metal Man because Metal Man's got the best weapon in the game. Not only to be able to apply a lot of damage, hit in multiple directions, but also too is that it's very easy on the power level use for that. So we're just going to go through it and just play a little bit and kind of talk through what I'm doing and how I do things. But I'll get hit, I'll get damaged, I'll fall into the pit, and then we'll get back at it. I'm not really that type of gamer that throws controllers or gets upset or flips tables and stuff like that. To me, games are fun, and they gotta remain fun. So that's what it's all about for me. There's sometimes where I get quiet when I'm playing just because I'm just concentrating and forget that I'm doing something, but we'll press on. I'm playing this game on the PS4 version of the Mega Man Legacy Collection Volume 1. So I'm a huge Mega Man fan, huge Capcom fan. Love playing the Resident Evil games. I'm probably going to do one on Resident Evil 4, which is my favorite of all of them. Not only because it started a different style of the genre of the 4-based games, but it also continued with a great storyline with the game. It had a really compelling story, and really one of those games where I just pick up every once in a while, just like Mega Man, and just play through to the end and then just see where it goes. So a lot of times on Mega Man 2, the levels are short to get to the boss. And the funny thing is that the bosses are not that hard in Mega Man 2, but the levels trying to get to the boss are what make it tough. And the bosses all have like their own specific methods and different type of they have their own system, but they just keep repeating the same style over and over again. And once you understand what that is, they're pretty easy to defeat. Okay, so we got the Metal Blade from this one, and then we're just gonna go to the next stage. Gotta go to Woodman, the old thing, metal saw blades against wood. Okay, good. One of the things I forgot to touch on when I started the opening was that I'm a huge fan of the music in Mega Man. One of the things, I think that started my love for music in games, and how a good soundtrack will make or break a game. Going back to just like these types of games like this, and then also too just going into the more modern era games. Everyone knows that everyone who's a gamer knows the fight music from Final Fantasy VII, and just, you know, in the conclusion, you know, that dun 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 dun, and we find ourselves singing it as we defeat the enemies. So music really does play a huge part for me in games, and understanding like the intensity around what the developers are trying to portray in each level. So these levels are definitely would be missing out if they did not have a killer soundtrack to go along with it. I find myself every once in a while just kind of just bouncing my head to the beat, and you know, and trying to time my actions to the beat, and then looking around to see if anyone saw me. So definitely great times for me playing this game, and having it available on multiple platforms. I have a version of this game throughout my whole life in various platforms, and I'm glad that PlayStation had this one with Capcom. And you can see the kind of trick I'm using right here. You just run at them, stop, go back a little bit, then keep running, and they jump right over you. I remember figuring that when I was 8 years old. I was trying to run away, but then it looked like a jump. I'm like, oh, let me run back, and I'm like, wait a minute here. So I started doing that again and again. I was playing games when the only thing we had to tell us anything about games was Nintendo Power, and so Nintendo Power was a publication made by Nintendo and used to promote their games and help people out as far as their as trying to find out secrets and tricks and that the developers had put into the game that weren't widely known. So, but you know, that took away from, you know, game money. So you had to sit there and either I buy a Nintendo magazine to see how I get everything in this game, or I save up to buy a new game. I would always save up to buy a new game. All gamers have what they call an anxiety game, and that moment where they're like, okay, I know what causes me anxiety because of games, and for me, it's this level. Trying to hop from platform to platform, not getting hit, and then when you do get hit, don't get knocked down, because if you fall, you die. And it was one of those things back in the day too, is that we didn't have a save state feature, or the game was saving as we go. So had to do the old school move of just turning on the game and then putting like something in front of it, in front of the little red light on the Nintendo, so that your mom wouldn't see it running and go turn it off on you, because you're almost at the end of the game, and she turns it off and you have to start all over again. So gamers of my age, you guys know my pain. So over the years of playing this game, I found this game to be now very, I wouldn't say easy, but know where everything is at, and know where all the little tips and tricks are, how to use and there we go. There's our first death. There's me showing off. trying to get to that little bit of the pixel on the end of that platform right there. Like I said, we're just gonna play. That's what I was trying to do last time. The funny thing about when I talked about the anxiety that this game builds in is that sometimes when you're going to make that jump and you don't quite think you have the distance to get to the platform. But sometimes you do it. And then sometimes you missed it by a mile. On this stage right here, we're going to be using Woodman to send the leaves inside of the fan blades of Airman. I love the game mechanic here where he's actually pushing you back with his air, and it'd be pretty easy to dodge the tornadoes that he's kicking out if he didn't have the air pushing away. But we made it through. It was cool going through this when I was a kid, where you'd sit there and you would go, okay, what's that flashing? What am I getting now? What am I getting now? What's the new weapon? Message from Dr. Light. Oh wow, what is he gonna give me? Anyway, I got item 2. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know. So definitely always a mystery and understanding of what you're getting and how it's going to be used, and then just going through the motions of trying to figure out who works where, how does that work. Bubble Man's always a funny guy to me, always funny looking guy, because I'm like, why does he need goggles? But hey. Huge drop. It's funny in this game, you'll get no one-ups at all, and then the next time you play, you'll get that one where you get like 2 drops in a row. So I know there's a method to it, and I know that like the first time I ever saw that there would be a method to it was when I saw people doing speed runs on the original Legend of Zelda game, and I didn't know that there was an actual method to how to get certain items like bombs and rupees. For me, I just play the game. Love this level because it makes it it makes it fun to jump really high. But then they put those spikes there. Love that little bit of attention to detail by the game developers. Yeah, we'll let you jump as high as you want, but if you hit that spike, it's a one-shot kill. So definitely, a lot of thought was put into these games, and I really like that, especially nowadays. I would hope that that's inspired a lot of gamers who have turned into game developers to create something that has meaning, and I think that that's what a lot of people who do create, whether it be video games or books or movies, is to find something that's going to last for a very long time. And the developers definitely hit it out of the park for me on Mega Man. So we're going to use Metal Blade on Bubble Man here. He's going to start to his right, work to his left, kind of flowing up, and then he's going to get to a point where he's going to just drop straight down. one of the things that that the Mega Man series did a great job of developing from its first Inception game was that after you defeated a boss, if he had launched an attack on you, he could still kill you, even though you killed him. So that would always pain me if I defeated the enemy and then I see a projectile coming at me. So they did away with that on this one. And then in Mega Man 3, they expanded even more by giving the slide. So definitely love how the game wasn't just, okay, let's just change the color, change the boss style, and let's just repackage this. It was really a lot of thought was put into what would the gamers really like to see from the next iteration of gaming. And so even though we would have release cycles that would come, like you would get Mega Man 1 year, the very next year you get 2, that year after that you get 3. Still a lot of great development was done in graphics, sound, music, all of those things to get gamers hyped about playing the games. Those are one of those moments where I was concentrating. Love the metal blade on this one. Love being able to time it and be able to hit enemies like that. So that bottom wall right there, once you get crash bombs, you can take that out. Doesn't make it any easier, I don't think. So it's one of those things where I don't really focus on getting crash bombs before I want to. And if you went to this level without getting going through Airman first, you would not have item 2. Do not get that one up right there. You'll have to die, and then you would be like it was wasted. These guys right here, Airman. And if you time it just right, you can use all 3 tornadoes to take out the robot. Alright, on this one we're going to use Bubble Man. So this enemy has a uniqueness to him as well, where he'll flame up, launch over to you, and then that's what he'll do right there, and repeat. Boom, done. So he flames up, launches over to you, flame goes away, you hit him with the bubble. Cool thing about the atomic fire is you can charge it up and make a big ball of fire. Which I only use probably only one time in the game, and that's against the dragon in the Wily stages. But we'll get to that when we get to that. We got item 1. What is it? It's a little platform. And these items too, they grow over time of like, especially with Mega Man using Rush and being able to use it as, either use it as a platform jump, a jet, like a kind of like a surfboard kind of way that flies through the air, and then a submersible. Yeah, we're not gonna wait for this episode to use Metal Blade. And here we go. Again, can't take away the great music, and just the ability for the composers of this game to be able to work with what little they had as far as the memory space available on the gaming cartridges in the 80s to make this great music that is still really good. And we're just going to use item 1 right here. So after you play this game for a bit, you get that timing down. You figure out how to snap into action and make it work. Yeah, I don't need to. Got a little bit of energy, but we're good. We're still making it through. So on this part right here, we're going to use Woodman, and we're going to go up the left side. And I'll show you why we're going to go up the left side here in a second. When the egg drops, you just stop moving completely. If you don't stop moving, you won't get the effect of the leaf shield. And then right here we're gonna get the E-tank. That's why we went to this left side. But then we're also gonna use the platform again, the item 1, to get up here because there's a 1-up at the top of this ladder right here. And then you just switch over. Boom. There it goes all our health again. Nice. Sometimes the timing is incredible of how the drops are. You'll get nothing, and then every time you'll get exactly what you need. So on this one we're gonna use Airman. And Crashman's going to jump from right to left, and when he jumps he's going to throw a bomb. And then the timing is got to be good enough to where you can hit him with all 3 tornadoes. Boom. And that's because I'm playing on normal. When you play this on difficult, which is the standard leveling for the Japanese release game, it takes a few more hits to get him with the Airman, but it's good. Crash Bomber. Alright, we're going to go to Flashman, and then we're going to round it out with Quickman. I never understood if Quickman that's his hand holding a clock or his hand is a clock. Never understood if that is that. The funny thing is I've never bothered to go look at any interviews or anything like that were done to say whether or not that's the case, but you get interested in things, but then don't follow up. I think at one point this was supposed to be an ice stage. Because when you run, you're sliding on the floor. And then right here we're going to use item 1. Get up here, get that 1 up. Again, not something we need to do because we're doing really well. You gotta wait for the platform to disappear before you can change your suit. That was a good drop. Got our energy for our crash bombs refilled. That was a good hit. These guys right here again, you could just use Airman. Didn't need to do that, just wanted to show it. jump over this guy right here and chop down. And then we're going to use item 2. And we're going to use this right over. Now we could have as easily just made it aware right there, but we've got the item, might as well use it. Use crash bombs to get right through right here. Really good drop right before the boss stage. Again, we're going to use Metal Man. Alright, here we go. He's just going to run from side to side like the others. And if you don't kill him in time, he will stop all action that Mega Man can make and have a stream of projectiles come out and hit you. Alright, now we get our final item, item 3. It's kind of it's a platform too, but it's a bouncing platform. As you get on top of it, it goes up. As you jump off, it goes down. Alright, go quick, man. Love his pose. Boom! Then you have the light off of his helmet. I always thought that was cool. So I'll show you guys item 3 right now. So this is another, this is probably tied with Airman stage of where I got my, anxiety for video games from. Definitely this stage. Those things touch you, instant death. Right. Got 4 E-tanks. The E-tanks restore your health. Doesn't restore your weapons power. But the max you can have is 4. We don't read every thing. And we got 6 lives, so we're doing pretty good. This level's pretty funny because like when you go in here, the lights go out and they get illuminated by those flame right there. So if you keep running here, you think you keep running, but you're actually stopped on the platform. You got to jump to get over it. I've just been running against that platform the entire time. So, pretty fun. So, we're going to switch over to flashbang on this one. And I'm going to go quiet right here because this is where it's a little nerve-wracking. Able to breeze through this right here. Make sure you jump as far over. You don't need what's right there. I didn't need to do that, but I did it anyways, it looked like. And we got to round it out right here. Don't get tricked into getting that right there. That energy refill. Okay. Boom. Alright. That's pretty powerful. So we're going to need the crash bombs on this one. Quick Man is all over the place. He's just jumping around, throwing his quick boomerangs and everything. So we'll take damage here, but the trick is not to run out of. The trick is just to conserve your crash bombs because they take a lot of energy. right. And with that, let's go to Dr. Wily. With those eyebrows. And this is going to be the greatest song in Mega Man for me. This is what gets it hyped. We're storming the castle. Let's go. And the part of getting to through the Wily stage right here is just utilizing everything that you've come together through your time playing the game. So you'll be using Metal Man, you'll be switching over to item 3. So we're going to fill up item 3 right here. We're not going to get the 1-up right here because we really don't need it. And we don't want to waste our power on the item 3. The difference here from the other levels, so when you used to beat a level, when you're saying when you beat Quick Man or Airman, when you go to the next level, all of your power will be restored to the top. And on the Wily stages, though, when you go to the next level, whatever power you had on your items went back to them. You wouldn't get them restored. So conserving power is definitely the key in these Wily stages. So on this part right here, you're climbing up to beat the dragon. And I didn't know this back when I first started playing this, but I didn't know that you can use Quick Boomerang to defeat the dragon. There he is. And the way the frame rate's going on this, you have to stop. I just charged it up. Boom. I like that he blinks. I always thought that was funny that the character actually blinks while he's just standing there. Just so much, like I said, so much attention to detail with what little the developers had when they were making this. So we're just going to use this for the platform. And right here, just because we can, we'll fill up. I hate when they do that because then it makes me want to... Oh, and I missed it. So we're going to use item 2. There's 2 ways you can go about this. You can go all the way across, or you can stop right there. When you go right there, it's a harder jump. But you don't have to use your crash bombs to get through there. But also too, you can use item 2 to jump over those walls up there. So right now we have all 4 E-tanks, so we really don't need it, but you have to run into it anyway, so we'll take it. 1 up right there. We'll fill up item 2 just because. No real reason to, but we can just do it anyways. And then you skip all of that right there. So you just wait for them to start shooting straight up and then drop down. Don't hit those spikes because you will die. So at this point right here, if you're real low on power for your items, or you just need to spam for 1-ups. That's what this part right here is for. Low on power, low on health, low on anything. You're gonna need item 3 right here. If I can ever make it through. Look at that, 1-up. Alright, now we're all the way through, so now we're going to switch over to item 3. And jump on the platform. Gonna wait till it gets right there, then take the jump. Those things take a lot out of you. And because I want to, I will just use item 1. Get that health restore. Alright, switch back over to Metal Man, jump straight down. So when these guys hit you, they take a lot out of you. So make sure that keep your distance. Make sure you're just timing your kills. That's the one that always gets me right there. Boom. Nice. Next stage. Music change up, still good though. There's a lot of things you can get right here, but not worth using your crash bombs on this. If you need to fill up, wow, really good drops. You'll play these games and you'll get no drops at all, and you're like, why am I not getting anything? And then you'll get something like that where you'll get 4 of those huge energy refills in one shot. Remember the same thing here, do not touch the black spikes. So here you don't want to run off here, just do a little jump right there, like that. Come over to the right a little bit. I'm sorry, the left a little bit. Same thing right here. Don't run straight off. Just fall straight down. And go to your right. Okay, we got Gutsman coming up right now. We're gonna need quick boomerang. Very big enemy, but this one makes short work of him. It was crazy, like when you used to play these games. The enemy is about the same size as you, but then you come to this where you play the dragon, you play against Gutsman. It's just like, these guys were big. But again, it's all about having fun playing. This is the nightmare level right here. So if you don't time this correctly, it's pretty much game over. And I'll show you when we get to that. All it takes is one mistake right here, and it's pretty much game over. And you have to. I'll show you when we get there, because it can be not fun. The platforms right here disappear. You fall through them. I don't need that one up over there. I got plenty of life. But what I use just simple item 2 just to get my way over. And the same thing right here, but up the difficulty a little bit where they have the spikes. Just use your item 2. Just jump your way up. Like I said, we're full on E-tanks, so we don't need that. Sometimes you would just burn one just to pick another one up, but our health is in a good state. So right here, again, this is where the game teaches you patience. I know I'm making it look easy right now, but I've been playing this game since the 80s, so I've had many times where I've misjudged that jump. All throughout. That one too, right there. So right here, we're waiting for the platform. When the platform gets over here, we're just going to drop down. We're not going to jump over there because we'll hit our head on the top. I like how the developers did that. Like, oh, I can make it. No, you can't. Just be patient, go along for the ride. Alright. Now, I think this is the last platforming level right here. What you're going to do is you're going to use item 2 again. Because what you need to do is you need to jump right here, jump on this whole platform. If you stayed on that platform right there, the top of there would have hit you and you would have fell into the spikes. So, like I said, the developers think of everything. So now we got to go back to Airman. This is probably the one level where I'll use maybe 1 or 2 E-tanks because of the projectiles that come at you. There is a way to offset that. There's a little glitch in the game where if you just pause it at the right time, you'll go invisible when you unpause. Again, not my thing. And if you see me doing it right now, I'm not doing it on purpose. It's purely accidental because I'm trying to switch out. So right here, you have to use Crashman. The crash bombs not only to get the I just did it on accident right there. Not only to destroy the walls, but to kill the enemies right there. That's the only way you can defeat those enemies. So right now I have 3 crash bombs left. I'm not going to use it on that wall. Don't know why I switched to item 2 on that one. So I only got 1 crash bomb left, and I'm going to use an E-tank right here because why not? Because if I die right here, it's game over. Because when you die, you go back outside to the level, and you're gonna have to spam to try to get those guards outside to drop energy, and it's just extremely difficult. Alright, now we're in a good place. And getting that to line up just right is so difficult. But this is why we play the game. So right here, you're going to go against all the enemies again, all the 8 robots that you went against at the beginning of the game, and able to use all of your arsenal against them now. The thing about it is, I've been playing this game, like I said, since the 80s. I can't remember who's in which room, so I just start from the left, go from top down, and then go make my way to the right. And who's ever in that room is whoever I'm going to face. Alright. Heat Man. Switch to Bubble. Okay. You got to be conservative on Bubble because that's what you used on the final I'll say villain. We'll see why in a little bit. Okay, Airman. Switch over to Woodman. Right. Oh. Drop of energy. After each one, I always switch to Metal Man because most of these are killed by Metal Man. Just like Woodman right here. Boom. Right. 3 down, 5 to go. Bubble Man. Same thing. I did that on purpose because I want him to drop that energy. Quick Man. So you can use Flashman right here. This is something you could have used in this level. I didn't go over it, but you can use that. You see it's going to lose half his power right here. This is the only one you cannot use Metal Man on. So I just use the standard weapon on this one. Boom, and we're good. And we're coming to Crash Man right now. I missed the timing on that one, on that first one, but it's okay. We got him. And don't worry if your screen looks like this, because we're almost at the end. Oh, this is a great one. We just go like one hit with the Metal Blade against Metal Man, and he's done. And our last one. All right. I like to use Quick Boomerang right here on the last guy. Oh wait, no, I gotta wait till I forgot. Let me reset on that one. Okay, we're gonna use a knee tank. And we're gonna round it out with Quick Man. Boom. He escaped. Now, right before you get to this last part right here, make sure you're falling to the right. Hold down on the right part of your directional pad. It's going to make this a lot easier. You're going to switch to Bubble Man because that's what's going to be able to defeat the final enemy. Again, just like the one where if you ran out of crash bombs, you couldn't beat that level. Same thing right here with Bubble Man. The only thing that beats this last enemy is the Bubble Man weapon. So here we go. If you timed it like that, where you just went all the way to the right, you don't have to worry about getting hit by those things. This one's just timing. The villain right here goes into a figure 8 manner from going from right to left, and you can get a couple of them off at the same time. Again, this game just teaches you patience. Got hit right there, but we're good. And I think we'll get one more pass and we'll be good. And that's it. And it wasn't even Dr. Wily. It was a drone. And now he's going to give up. It's probably about the 1000th plus time I've defeated this game. I love this game. Thanks everybody if you made it this far, thanks again for watching me. I'm Alimony619, just again starting with this new streaming. I'm all about casual gaming, as I started out the video with. It's all about, for me, it's just the love of the games, having fun, and having some good times while doing it. I've met a lot of people over the years who have the same love for video games as I do, still have constant conversations about the games we play, the things we'd like to do, and how games have affected us. Not all games are for all people. Find something you like to do and just keep winning in that genre. Great ending. Takes off the helmet, goes home. Good times. There it is. The hero can go home now. Until next time. Again, love that music, love this game, love everything that this game has brought to the world of video gameplay. It's just been a great time playing this game and making this video to talk about my love of the game and how these kind of things get you to think. It's all about, how do we solve the puzzles? How do we solve the problems? A lot of that leads into your daily life and how things work out for you. And I know you don't have a arm cannon like Mega Man does, but we have other weapons, and one of those is our brain. So again, thanks again, Alimony619. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next game. Thanks again.